a big reason why I'm in the personal development industry and kind of like the dating advice industry is because I see so much advice out there in these fields, and I think the advice is just completely toxic. And just an example recently came to me of the really common advice, which goes along the lines of, if you want to be successful, only hang out with successful people. Surround yourself with only the best. Surround yourself with only high conscious people. Surround yourself with people who only inspire you. I'm friends with lots of people on Facebook who are into kind of the stuff I'm into. I get lots of Facebook friend requests, and I know lots of people in the industry. And I see lots of Facebook statuses along the lines of, remove negative people from your life. And all this, like surrounding yourself with only successful people, all this messages of like climbing this ladder and only find people who are above you on the ladder and like reach up to them and like join them high on the ladder and get away from people lower on the ladder from you is a really toxic message. It's making people more judgmental. It's seeing people for the values that they have. It's seeing successful people, unsuccessful people, high conscious people, low conscious people. And what it's really doing is it's all this personal development advice, all this dating and pickup advice is making you an extremely judgmental person. It's creating this whole seeing people for the values that they have. And on one hand, it's good to be aware of how people are impacting you and to move towards more positivity. But on the other hand, this message is very toxic and unbalanced. Let's just think of like Jesus. Jesus was the most impactful human in human history, right? And who did Jesus hang out with? Jesus spent tons of his time hanging out with like the lowest of the lows. Jesus like climbed down the ladder and hung out with like the lowest of people, the prostitutes, the people who are really sick. And Jesus became the most influential person in the whole world. I'm sure he hung out with people at the very top and at the very bottom, but he had no judgments. He stepped off the ladder and learned from everyone. He hung out with everyone. Let's take like Gandhi, one of the other biggest, most influential people in history. Gandhi hung out with all these poor people. He was hanging out with like the lowest of the low in India, and that's how he kind of really empathized with them, and he was able to lead the Indian Revolution. So next time you're really getting this personal development advice of always like climbing this ladder, really think about, is this advice coming from a judgmental place of some people are better, some people are more successful? And to be aware of that, it's okay to be aware of this ladder and to be aware of the illusionary values that people have, but to really do your best to hang out with everyone, to not be judgmental, to really know that you can learn from everyone, and that the way that you will grow the most is by stepping off this ladder and really accepting the whole spectrum of life. And when you take that judgment off of other people, you'll take the judgment off of yourself. Hope you appreciate this message. Thank you, Freddie Fairhair, for filming this video, and have a great day. I was thinking about, who have I wronged in my life? When in my life have I been a douchebag? And memories and experiences, when I had this really emotional experience